Wade Wilson, a former member of the armed forces currently living as a mercenary, collecting debts, beating people, and threatening stalkers. In a bar, he met Vanessa, a prostitute who would become the love of his life. Despite being loved by clients and only messing with bad people, Wade never considered himself a hero. When he realizes he's in love with Vanessa, he proposes to her. Everything was going well, until one day he faints and discovers he has terminal cancer. Even knowing he will die, Wade deals well with the situation and accepts his fate. However, Vanessa refuses to give up and continues to search for a treatment to save him. One day, Wade is approached by a mysterious man who appreciates the ex-military skills and also knows about his terminal cancer. He claims to serve an organization capable of curing his cancer, giving him special abilities, and turning him into a superhero. Wade finds it suspicious and considers refusing, but for Vanessa, he accepts. He sneaks out in the middle of the night and arrives at a laboratory run by Ajax, whose real name is Francis Freeman, a man with super strength, pain inhibition, increased resistance, and various other powers. There, Wade undergoes various experiments, forcing him to feel intense pain to trigger a mutant gene. Since nothing seems to work with Wade, Ajax decides to place him in a virtually oxygen-free machine. It's when Ajax reveals that the laboratory doesn't create superheroes, but rather super slaves. Due to this last experiment, Wade experiences unbearable pain, and his skin is destroyed, leaving him with a horrific appearance. But in the end, the experiment works, as the cancer is cured. However, even after the positive result, Ajax wants to continue torturing him unnecessarily. With no escape, Wade manages to steal a match from a woman's mouth and blow up the entire place. Afterward, he and Ajax fight, with Wade being defeated and killed by the villain. It turns out that he actually survived, and after the last experiment, he gained various superpowers. Even though he's cured of cancer, he's not happy because he wanted to stay alive to be with Vanessa. However, with this appearance, he thinks she wouldn't even recognize him anymore. He talks to a friend, chooses the name Deadpool, unfolds a red costume, and decides to go after Ajax to find a cure for his appearance. After a lot of action, gunfire, and brawls, he finally finds him. But someone shows up to interfere, Colossus, an X-Men, accompanied by Megan Orlovsky, a teenager with supersonic powers. Colossus says he doesn't like Wade's actions but invites him to join Charles Xavier's school. The problem is, during the conversation, Ajax escapes. Colossus tries to force him to come, but he ends up escaping in a non-violent way. While Ajax plans how to catch Wade, he discovers Vanessa. And when Wade prepares to tell the truth to her, Ajax arrives first and kidnaps her, leaving a message for Wade to find him. Deadpool goes to the Xavier mansion, and after saying that if the supersonic teenager and Colossus help, he'll consider joining the X-Men, they set off together for the ultimate battle. And after an exciting fight in which the three emerge victorious, Ajax ends up badly injured. And this is where Wade decides whether he wants to be a hero, whether he wants to be an example for children, whether he wants to, well, he reunites with Vanessa and apologizes to her for the last few years he was away from her. But now he's ready, and finally shows his true face. Even with his current appearance, Vanessa proves that love is blind by kissing him passionately. In Deadpool 2, Wade continues his life as a mercenary, violently killing criminals in well-choreographed scenes. Things were also going well with his girlfriend, except for the part where she dies. Wade manages to avenge the man who killed her, but is devastated by the death of the woman he loved. Feeling guilty, he tries to end his suffering in every possible way, but nothing works. Knowing this, Colossus finds him and says he needs to start over, inviting him to X-Men training. He initially refuses but ends up accepting. He undergoes a kind of training, and in the first mission he participates in, he needs to control a mutant child causing trouble in the orphanage where he lives. Russell Collins is a mutant without a family, with firepower, sent to the Mutant Control Center, where he was humiliated, rejected, and tortured, but finally managed to escape. The problem is that the mutants, unaware of what was happening, went to resolve the situation. The boy acts very aggressively, so Wade stops him, putting a power-neutralizing collar on him. However, when he realizes that the boy was being tortured in that place, Wade ends up avenging him. Colossus is furious, also puts a neutralizer on Deadpool, and sends them both to a kind of mutant prison. There, the boy believes they will become best friends, but Wade says he doesn't want to be friends with anyone, leaving him disappointed. And things that were already going wrong get worse when he shows up. Cable, a time traveler who came from the future to kill the boy, because in the future, he became a ruthless villain, killed Cable's entire family, and now the guy wants revenge. However, Wade decides to protect the boy and face Cable in another action-packed choreography show. In the middle of the fight, two things stand out. First, the chain inhibiting Wade's powers comes loose. Second, the boy overhears Wade saying he doesn't care about him. Sad, the boy ends up befriending the biggest prisoner in that place, whom we'll find out who he is later. With his powers restored, Wade manages to escape from prison, where he falls into the water and has a vision with Vanessa. In this vision, he realizes that to become a better person, to redeem himself, he needs to save that boy. So, he decides to recruit a team of superheroes. He interviews several hero candidates for his team, but the only one that matters is Nina Thurman, who has the power to be super lucky and is the only one who doesn't die before starting the mission, thanks to her luck power. At a certain moment, when Deadpool and Cable face each other again, they end up releasing the boy, who also frees his new friend Juggernaut, who, after showing his strength to Deadpool, he and the boy set out to avenge the man from the orphanage. After that, Cable ends up proposing a partnership with Wade. He says that if the boy kills the man from the orphanage, he will develop a taste for it and start doing the same to various people, including Cable's family. He also feels guilty for his wife's death, making Wade sympathize with his story, and together they aim to change the future and, consequently, achieve redemption. Deadpool recruits Colossus, and they all set off for another ultimate battle. After a lot of fighting with a display of strength, technical brawling, and low blows, those who are closest to being heroes emerge victorious. Cable still wants to get the boy, but Wade says he will talk to him. Wade then puts the inhibitor around his neck to gain the boy's trust, but his plan goes wrong. The boy attacks him with his powers. Cable retaliates with a shot. Wade jumps in front of the bullet and dies to save the boy. Thanks to this sacrifice, the boy turns into a good person, and the future is altered, preventing Cable's family from ever dying. Cable then uses his last time travel to go back not to the future to see his family, but to the beginning of the fight, where he places a coin on Wade's chest. Everything unfolds exactly the same as before, but at the moment of the shot, Wade is saved by the coin on his chest. Deadpool stays alive, the boy becomes a good person, and everything ends well with everyone becoming friends. In the post-credits scene, we see that the X-Men girls manage to fix the time machine for Wade. He then goes back to the past and manages to save Vanessa, save the members of the group he had formed earlier, kill the X-Men version of Deadpool, and kill Ryan Reynolds before he accepts the role of Green Lantern. As we saw in the end, he ended up altering the past and directly influencing Wolverine's story.